not alone. This is the Resistance.
What's up, everyone? This is Tin Man with the Resistance. If you're watching this bullshit, you are the Resistance. And I shouldn't say watching, considering you're not watching anything, you're just listening. Why? Because I am a broke motherfucker and can't find a decent program to do screen caption.
Which
for
may
free.
be Minicam to flip the screen and get it all set up, but I don't know how, because I personally, whenever I do that, I have my problem where I can't record anything with decent quality.
Well, if anybody knows of a good screen caption program that is free, because right now I'm on a tight budget, if anybody knows of a free screen caption program, do let me know. But
yeah, the one that I use is Minicam, M-A-N-Y cam, or Minicams or whatever, not M-I-N-I, that many, like there are many of these.
Yeah.
Sorry, Grandmaster, we're cutting you off a lot.
What the hell happened?
Yeah, what happened to Grandmaster? I can't hear him anymore. I can hear him, but he's like really muffled.
Yeah, what the hell?
You hear me?
You're muffled.
You're
He's underwater.
Yeah, yeah. They got him again. They got him. They knew we went alive, so they're going to give us technical difficulties. Worse. Zero volume. Worse. Zero volume, Grandmaster. He's over there cursing up a storm now.
Damn you, Mark Zuckerberg!
Yeah, Zuck on my burger that thinks that we're all dumb effers.
Motherfucker needs his ass whooped.
Did we just get Zucked over again?
Yeah, Grandmaster was muted, and then he tried to fix it. Grandmaster was muffled, he tried to fix it, and now he's muted.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's try to go on a topic real quick. Let me go directly to the thing so I can quote verbatim. Come on, scroll up some. Just a little bit.
Nothing.
All right, Donald Trump signs Save Our Seas Act to aid in ocean.
Can you hear me now?
We
Yes!
can hear you now.
About time. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So you're back from being Zucked over?
I am back from the bowels of hell.
Okay.
So you are at Mark Zuckerberg's house.
Or George Soros. Which one was it?
Did you eat all the food out of anybody's deep freezer?
If I was at the home of Mark Zuckerberg, I'll be fucking his wife.
Wow. That's like
Touche!
Negative there. That's like
Yeah, and he thinks we're all dumb effers.
that's Z. That's like negative Z times negative Z equals imaginary Z.
Hey, I won't say AJ or IW, but is it wrong if I start saying the Chinese Winnie the Pooh president? The president of China is Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh.
President
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
I thought the Hamburglar.
You found the Hamburglar.
No, I thought that the president of China was the Hamburglar.
What?
Say that again.
I thought the president of China was the Hamburglar.
He thought the president of China was the Hamburglar. No, man, there's actually a meme where President Winnie the Pooh or something.
No, see, he can't be the Hamburglar because the Hamburglar is stealing Hamburglers and the Chinese are stealing American technology secrets, so it's a little different.
Not necessarily. Maybe the Hamburglar just upped his game.
Maybe more money in technology than Hamburger.
Exactly. See, everybody wants a smartphone, but not everybody wants crappy ass McDonald's.
The hell are you talking about, man? Rich people eat McDonald's.
Hey, wood pulp's good for you.
Wood pulp's good for you.
Yeah, it's the one. It's the ones.
cardboard.
It's the ones that just got out of prison for frauding people, and they get like government cheese to trade in for cash, so they can get a dollar meal. So they sold the government cheese to a needy person who needs it more than they do for $1, so they got a dollar meal.
So where were we running to there, Grandmaster, before you had your technical difficulties?
I did talk to, like I said before, I did talk to Tyler Baggins earlier this morning, and we talked for a good few minutes. So I mean, it was brief, and
Did
so
you did you type?
video chat on
Nice,
Messenger,
nice.
and I introduced myself and who I was, who I am, and everything else. And tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, there's gonna be an interview on Skype at his studio
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
at 8 o'clock, and so it's gonna be hopefully a pretty good interview, and so it'll be pretty cool. So,
Yeah, man. Like I've said, ever since John Connors technically went into the shadows and Tin Man became John Tin Man Connor, like I've said, he's at the head of the table. You're sitting at the side of the table. I'm just the guy that walks up to the table and presents an idea.
I am merely the elder statesman of the round table.
Okay.
Pretty much, and I don't run the round table. I'm merely a statesman that is like an advisor or something like that, whatever it is. I'm just,
Yeah, I just give the ideas to the people in charge and see if they think it's a good idea or not. That's what I do.
You
But-
pitch
but
it,
I
we
did-
decide whether or not we want to hit it.
I did talk to him this morning, and it went really well. It went really well. So
Beautiful.
Take care. Thank you.
so hopefully it goes pretty well tomorrow night. And-
Yep. I sent him my Skype earlier, so hopefully maybe he'll answer me and call at the same time.
Next one.
Yeah, I won't be able to join you. I'll be at work at the time you guys are supposed to be doing this. So
And y'all know me. Y'all heard his shout out to me. He called me intense because I was actually there at a live fucking thing. He called me intense, but the whole thing is that y'all know myself. I know how to shut up if I need to shut up and let people sit there and have a conversation. I know how to. Everybody has a turn.
yeah,
Yeah, you can like uncharge a Super Saiyan. if you need to.
just take out the power cord. Batteries not included.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. Love that movie.
And you have to look that up with the asterisk. It's kind of difficult to find if you just type in batteries not included. You have to type in asterisk.
So is Short Circuit.
Yeah, I've got both short circuits.
Did they make, how many of those did they make?
Two.
They made two officially. I thought they made three.
No.
For some reason I was thinking they made three.
If there is, I haven't heard of it.
It came out in '86, and I think '86 was the first film, and then the later film was like between '89, '90 around there. I guess.
I like Gremlins.
When they
Short Circuit 3 was released in June 25th, 2010. This is an album.
Yeah.
This was a music. Okay, that's music.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a Short Circuit 3. Well,
It just that is a concept album.
it's a concept album is what we're finding here.
Yeah, so if it was a movie, you'd say, hey, it's a
But I think it's safe to say nobody has produced a Short Circuit 3. As far as
No, it doesn't look like it.
I've looked everywhere for if there was ever a movie of third film.
Well, I know they've been talking about
know
a
that-
Gremlins 3.
Gremlins 3?
Yeah, like they've been
Yeah.
talking about
Way
Gremlins
overdue.
3 for a while.
They're probably gonna screw it up if they do it. They're gonna do like all CGI, not fucking practical effects. It's going like shit.
Yeah, because claymation at the end of the 80s was the shit. That was
Yeah, it
better
was.
than a lot
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, well, that wasn't claymation.
I mean,
that
CGI can be done.
that was puppeteering. Wasn't that? Weren't those Jim Henson puppets, or were they puppets from some other studio?
Could be like Industrial Light and Magic or something. But I mean,
Yeah, I
I'm
forget.
sure they've had their hand in certain movies. Yeah.
But there's supposed to be a Goonies 2.
Oh God.
Goonies 2, I've heard of that before. I've heard of that.
But
I haven't seen any proof.
but I doubt that. But I doubt it because I mean, who would want to go back to? Who would want to start in a sequel of a movie that has been seen 30 some odd years ago and shit? And knowing that all the cast who were in the movie are like doing some else and shit. I mean, look at Chunk. He's a lawyer and shit, man.
Yeah. Well, maybe do it with a whole new cast. Maybe like Goonies: The Next Generation or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Then you're basically making Home Alone 3.
Without Macaulay Culkin and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mean like Home
I mean,
Alone 3 and 4?
Anything after the first two absolutely sucked nuts, man.
Yeah. I couldn't even sit down and watch the 3 and 4.
Do you remember Problem Child?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're supposed to be. Well, I don't know if there's a third film or what. I mean, there is two of them, and didn't really care for it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I did. I liked the first film because it was funny as shit. The second film,
Yeah, I thought there was a 3 because I did see a 3 before. There's a 3, but that's it.
Well, one thing I would like to see a
There's
sequel
3,
to.
but that's it.
Here's a
Something
good
about
sequel
Goonies,
idea.
The girl and everything.
How about a sequel to The Good Son?
The Good Son. Oh
Yeah.
man, that film was nuts, man.
Oh
That
yeah.
film was like holy shit. I mean, it was a more of a psychological shit. I think Macaulay Culkin did pretty good, but not as good as what you want to think. It's fucking stupid though.
Yeah, I mean, they could do a remake to that or even a sequel.
I would be surprised if they come out with a sequel where he's alive and shit after falling so many feet down.
Yeah, off that cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about all I remember from the movie. All the time. I mean, I ain't seen it in probably 15 more years or something. Like.
There's a big old bashing of Kanye West, dude. That really pissed me off.
Oh yeah, of course they're gonna bash on
When
Kanye because he's
when
a
he-
black guy
when
who supports Donald Trump, so he's automatically an Uncle Tom and all the other bullshit. Yeah.
See, they can say those words because it's the mainstream media, so it's okay. They're not ever racist.
But who literally sat down and listened to the 20, 30 minutes instead of the 90 seconds all snipped together?
Exactly. Yeah, they did Frankenstein surgery to the clip.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
There.
I'm sure they did because these people can't come up with anything real. I mean, and I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat or what. You know,
I listened to the whole
bullshit
thing.
is bullshit no matter who's selling it.
Oh yeah, I listened to the whole thing, and that dude knows his shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a video on that. I mean, would they say that to Tupac if he was still alive? Oh fuck no.
Oh yeah, they'd say it about Tupac. I mean, the day that fucking Kanye started getting political, fucking he started getting attacked. Snoop Dogg attacked him. Fucking a lot of people attacked him.
They don't have a problem taking out rappers. I mean, just look at Prodigy and Old Dirty Bastard. Where are they at now?
Yeah, well, I
They're
mean,
dead.
Eminem fucking bashes on Trump
He ain't sold
and
out.
whatnot, and
They won't fuck with.
he's hailed
Eminem
as a
been dead
hero.
a long damn time. That's a motherfucking clone.
We don't sound like 90s Eminem.
Eminem been dead a long fucking time. That's a fucking clone.
If you look at Public Enemy, if you look at NWA, if you look at KRS-One, and all those guys that knew their shit and actually their music were better than the news because they've been there. They know what's about in the streets and shit, man. I mean,
I'd like to add Wu Tang and Cypress Hill to that list.
Yeah,
I mean, those guys were pioneers of knowledge, man.
yeah. Korn
Yeah,
used to be
they
very
were just
political as well. I haven't heard anything from Korn in a long time as far as the political spectrum goes. They and Eminem were on the same page for a while there, and then all of a sudden you don't hear anything more from Korn.
Eminem sold out a long time ago, man. Long time ago.
All the shit he does now is like nothing compared to those first two albums.
Does anybody remember that one time Eminem was live during a football game and he
No,
was
I
tripping
never
over his
saw
shit
it, but I
and
do
everything?
remember hearing about it.
Okay,
No,
that was the
actually,
exact
I was
moment
asleep.
a prototype clone was put in place of Eminem who was already dead.
I fell asleep during that ball game because it was boring.
That's like technology that they don't let us know that they have, that they're finally letting us know that they have.
Okay, can we say
Oh, yeah.
definitively that he is dead? Do we have a corpse?
No, because they're not going to give you a corpse that's already been gone for 15 years.
Okay, then how do we know he didn't just sell his soul?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's dead in the term that Anakin Skywalker's days. Like that makes no meaning to me.
Yeah,
If he was dead,
everybody, like
he
Ted
was-
DiBiase always said, everybody's got a price.
yeah.
And who's to say
If
that
if
he
he
didn't
was
just sell his soul?
dead, it would be in the news and the papers and the internet.
The whole thing is if you put a double in place of somebody that you assassinate that is at least 3/4, 7/8 decent enough to pass as that person, and they are a double, the person's dead and nobody even can realize it to know it.
I came across a video today, guys, that somebody escaped from a cloning facility.
What?
Yeah. I came across a video earlier today that somebody escaped from a cloning facility.
Okay.
And the guy was telling the story. He escaped from a cloning facility, and he knew who was running it and everything else. And it was like what the fuck?
Has it been on?
Try to find it right now. Try to find it.
No. Leave it alone, bad boy.
Sorry, that was
Don't
an
make me sick.
ADD moment right there. Sorry, guys. Pulling hair during sex is boring. Smack me in the head with a microwave.
No, go that way, open the back door because all the heat's that way because of the truck wall. I apologize for the interruption here.
Well, there's. I mean, it was a video that this guy was like explaining on what was there, who was running it, and how many batch there was of people that were cloning shit.
Okay.
And I sat there. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? But I had to sit there and listen. And I mean, it's like we were told that if you clone somebody, the odds of them living will be 6 years, and the fault the complications of it will be we call it retardation, other abnormalities of like mental disorders and everything else, and like
So the cloning process for human beings is nowhere near perfected.
no, no. Even if you try to clone somebody, it will not work because you ain't got the. I mean, we're advanced, but we're not that advanced.
So
Well, number two,
It would take about it would take between 50 to 100 years to even perfect cloning and shit. I mean,
well, not necessarily. I mean, I could agree with the consensus that we are probably not at the point to be able to clone a human being.
That actually
But-
legitimately works as a single entity consciousness. Yes, I will agree with you to that standpoint.
but they did legalize breeding of human and ape.
Yeah, that Human Z. That's been done since the 50s, 60s, or 80s, or some shit. He's still out there somewhere. It's a Human Z.
I mean, they're not successful for lack of trying.
Stalin wanted a army of hybrid soldiers and shit,
Mhm.
human and chimpanzees and shit, and they had this on conspiracy theory.
Yeah, some Russian scientists did it.
Okay, so it's not in the United States, which begs the question: in what country did this person allegedly escape this facility?
Yeah, going back to the escape from cloning facility.
Yeah, what country was this facility operating in?
Here in the U.S.
Here in the U.S. Do we know
Yeah,
whereabouts in
in
the
the
U.S.?
No.
Just said a
I-
United States facility.
Yeah, it's in the States, but don't know where. I even try to look for any information on it, and it's in the United States, but can't say where because it's like classified or some shit.
Okay, so we don't. This person hasn't disclosed where the facility is, or even the name of the facility.
Or how long ago this person had escaped.
Yeah, we don't know how long ago they escaped, from what facility,
He
and
wouldn't
where.
say. He wouldn't say, but he wouldn't say. But he said it was the United States, somewhere in the United States, but he couldn't give a confirmed location. But there is a cloning facility in the United States, and he escaped from the facility.
Okay, that's subjective information. I mean, you could say anything you want. Doesn't necessarily make it true. And if he did, in fact, escape from a facility, it could give all these details about the facility. Why not disclose the name of the facility if you even know it, or at the very least, the location?
Here, let me look here. I'm on.
Yeah, I mean, you
I'm
may
on
or may
Google.
not know the name of the facility if it even has a name, but you should, especially if you escaped, should know the location. You know, city and state.
Here we go. Let's see here. Okay, it's rapper Kid Boo said he escaped from a cloning facility. Rapper Kid Boo. Okay, never stop fighting for what you believe in, and people who care about you. Carry yourself with dignity and pride. Relish an opportunity between outsider and phrase the label because here we go. Come on, let's see here. Yeah, remember, Kid Buu is B-U-U, B-U-U. I'm a B-U-U. Let's see here.
Yeah, like from Dragon Ball Z, his name is Boo.
Hey,
It's a
whoop-de-doo.
nursing clone that escaped from a facility.
What's going on, Millie JP here with Just Paranormal. So, I hope
My bad, guys. I'm trying to turn this. I got a load problem.
They allow me to interact with you guys on a daily basis.
Yeah, I find all that highly questionable. You know, if you're gonna make such a claim, you gotta have something to back it up.
Yeah, that's why I typed it in and started looking it up myself.
The channel is Real Conspiracy.
Okay?
He's a second generation, which means that his parent, one of his parents or both of his parents, escaped from a cloning facility.
Okay? Again, show me some proof.
Again, where's the proof?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they want to try to say shit like 9/11 being an inside job was a conspiracy theory. But you know what? We've got tangible evidence to this. But
Yeah,
things like this, oh, I escaped
there's
from a
lots-
cloning facility, but I can't tell you the name or the location. Okay? Bullshit. Okay? Come at me with facts or don't come at me at all.
Okay, Gizmodo.com eliminate secret celebrity murder and cloning. That is Gizmodo.com.
Okay, yeah, if anybody finds out more information about this, I would love to hear it. But
I haven't
Oh, yeah.
but
unless
I'm
there's some real evidence
not
to
buying
this.
it because I already literally see other rappers coming out using Dragon Ball type names and also stating similar stories. So
Okay, that could
I
just
will
be
look
the
more
trend of the
into
time.
that's what I'm finding.
Yeah, that could
That
just
is
be the trend
odd.
of the time.
I'm not allowed to believe in coincidences.
Oh, I'm not saying coincidence either. I'm just saying, you know, that could just be the trend of the time. You know, people who want to make it big, you know, gotta do outlandish things and say outlandish things. I mean, look at Britney Spears, what the shit she did when her career started tanking. You know, shaved her head,
global.
started acting like a fucking loon. Fucking Paris Hilton made a sex tape because her career wasn't worth shit.
What do you think? Kardashians started doing the same thing because they couldn't
Exactly.
make any more money off of being the related to O.J. Simpson's lawyer.
Yeah. That wasn't good enough to keep you in the limelight, so you gotta come up with something new. You gotta break the fourth
You got to
wall,
make
so
your
to speak.
traded husband become a transsexual just to get more money.
Yeah.
Wow, damn! I just get possessed sometimes, man. I just get possessed sometimes. I don't even know where that sentence came from.
Well, it's we're not bashing transsexuals here, but you know, stating fact is stating fact.
What's that? My big head's in the way.
Ah, it's Britney Spears.
Pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we're just stating fact in regards to celebrities trying to keep their celebrity status.
Lance, no. Once
current.
they walked upon and decided whether or not they will or won't sign the contract, they get a I'll just call it a upgrade with using air quotes here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can call it whatever the hell you want, but you know, at some point, your career is over.
at some point you decide whether or not to side or not to side with who's actually making and controlling and distributing all the money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If your career is over, I mean, after 22 years of being a total douche.
Let's try to put an example to this. 2 albums ago of Nickelback, like excluding the last 2 albums of Nickelback, Nickelback was all right. They was doing everything. These last 2 albums that were made, it was like somebody walked up to them and they gave them the middle finger and walked away.
Yeah. I mean, even Eminem, up until about, 8 years ago, he was still doing all right. I mean, he hadn't quite sold out yet. I mean, he was in that transition, but a lot of what he was still kicking out was still relatively good. And then after that, after like 2010, he started going downhill. But even so, back in 2010, you got to figure that was a good 12-year run right there, dude.
Oh yeah. I mean, almost 20 years. I mean, he did pretty good for.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the game about 20 years now. So you got to figure at some point your career is over. I mean, you can keep going, but you're not gonna be
what you want.
You're not gonna be a radio station top 10 for the rest of your life. I mean, look at groups like Kiss or
AC/DC and Metallica who came back. They may have hit in the top 50, top 100, top 20, but they weren't the top 10, top 5 anymore.
No, and if you hear any of Metallica's stuff on the radio, it's usually their older shit.
Yep.
None of their newer shit gets a lot of play. And that's like on classic rock stations even, where they will play new songs from those artists.
You don't hear from AC/DC that much because I mean they fire the front man they have for over almost 40 years.
Yeah, well, in any case, regardless of legal disputes or firing of varying members or varying members leaving or coming back to any particular band, I mean, Ozzy Osbourne's had like 3 different guitarists in his career. Black Sabbath has had 2 vocalists. Stevie Nicks used to be a singer with Fleetwood Mac, and then she left and did her solo thing. But in any case, these people are still relevant. People still love their music, but they're not the freaking talk of the town like they were when they first came out. And they're not the fresh new thing. And you can't stay the fresh new thing your entire career. You could try and it'll last you a few years, like in Eminem's case. He lasted a good 12 years before his career just started heading back downhill. I mean, eventually you reach the top and there's nowhere else to go but down.
Yeah, to continue, you need to evolve.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot be doing the same thing over again for years to come, but you got to evolve in the time. I mean,
yeah, I mean, and everybody's got their run, and some people can't accept that their moment in the spotlight is come and gone. So they try to do these eccentric things to keep themselves relevant. And new talent, whether they have talent or not, is up to the individual to decide. But new aspiring talents have taken notice of this. They have taken notice of the things that Britney Spears, Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, and so on and so forth have done to keep themselves in the limelight and get themselves attention. And
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
they
Tim, man,
implement
or
those
not to
same
interrupt you?
tactics. Say again?
You mind if I ask you a question, not to interrupt you? The whole thing is how long has TWWRN been on the air? Have you had one video that has 5 figures worth of views?
We've had some videos that have had pretty high views. Maybe a couple 100,000 views back in the earlier days. We're definitely
had
not getting that
figures.
now because of this internet censorship thing, but
Yeah.
that, and we haven't really been that active in posting videos consecutively because
You used to do one during the weekday and one during the weekend.
I'd pop out a few videos here and there based on a relevant topic, or we'd do the weekly report or the roundtables or this or that. Pretty much the roundtable has become our only main thing. Grandmaster Revan, he's posting all his stuff on the Anonymous Liberty Media. We're working on the transition of everything. It's just a matter of getting everything situated. And, with me having been out of work and transitioning
not
from
just
one
videos,
job to
but
another, it's been
I
rather
haven't done,
difficult.
I haven't done just videos. I've been doing the podcast.
Yeah,
Like
you've been doing the podcast. You've been reaching out. But as
Grandmaster
far as
been
like
out
the
there on the
YouTube
front
videos,
lines.
you've been doing that on the Anonymous Liberty Media channel, and
the podcast on Anchor and Bullhorn.
yeah,
Yeah, and at some point, I mean, these alternate media platforms are going to take off, especially after the stunt Facebook pulled.
oh yeah, yeah. Everything Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook has been doing has only been serving to hurt them commercially.
Is he trying to be the next MySpace or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. Even MySpace didn't pull this kind of shit.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Poor Tom. Tom gave us everything, and we turned our backs on him.
I mean, there's some annoyance there, but I mean,
MySpace was pretty good, but I've always wanted to get on MySpace. Right? Never been on it, but I've always wanted to give it a shot. But what killed it was Facebook and Twitter, man. They really put the pasture and shot in the fucking head and shit.
Yeah, well, MySpace is still around, and anybody can still set up a MySpace account. I'm surprised people aren't flocking back to MySpace, to be honest with you.
Probably because you've got Minds and Gab and stuff like that.
Everybody that's not us is going to Twitter and has been on Twitter anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I find myself on Twitter more often than not anyway, more than I'm on Facebook.
I've been on going to Tumblr, Minds, Holliness, MeWe, going to the alternatives, including Gap, and I've been kind of semi-retired from Facebook, but still active, but not actively enough on Facebook.
You're there to hear the noise.
Yeah. I'm kind of like a fly on the wall a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been on Instagram for a while. I mean, I've been going after the alternative to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. I mean, I've been going to the alternative lately.
Yeah.
I mean, Tumblr's pretty good. I mean, I like them very much. I mean, they're also active and doing pretty good shit.
Yeah.
And the co-founders of Instagram resigned, and because they got tired of Zuckerberg's bullshit.
What are you laughing at?
And
I will not disclose this information.
Here, some kind of noise to start laughing.
What?
Am I correct?
Continue with your statement, Grandmaster.
Well, you caught what I did. You caught that audio that I threw in there just for the fuck of it.
Oh yeah. I don't miss very much.
I had to be ornery.
But I mean, I've been going on to the alternatives and shit.
One interesting thing to note, and we realized this. I mean, I realized it a few weeks ago, but Google Chrome is censoring out certain videos on YouTube that aren't necessarily kicked off of YouTube, but they're on YouTube, but it won't let them play. Or there'll be like a problem or a delay. It'll do that little circle spinning around, delay. Like
That's
loading.
why.
But
That's why
Firefox
I've been
loaded
posting.
like right off the bat.
That's why I've been posting a lot of my shit on BitChute.
But
And I got
there's some kind of built-in censorship in Chrome where Firefox doesn't have this problem.
Yeah.
Kill switch is embedded in Google
Yeah,
Chrome somehow.
He more or less read my mind that I'm slowly deciding to start to migrate away from Google Chrome browser itself, but I haven't quite found something that I'm completely friendly with. I want to go look at Tor to see what that's all about, to see if I like that or not. Because I heard
Firefox Focus is pretty good. It's pretty good. It will erase any trace of any site you're on. You feel like
Firefox is awesome about erasing shit.
Yeah, and I've almost completely stopped using Google and been using exclusively Bing for the most part.
Yeah.
Bing. I've been using Bing a lot. I mean, I like Bing, and
I don't know. I hear this thing called DuckDuckGo or something.
There's not that many ducks.
What is that called?
There's two
I
ducks.
had a stutter.
This is like
It's
Duck Goose for a web
DuckDuckGo.
browser.
It's called
It's the
DuckDuckGo.
web browser version of Duck Goose.
Yeah, basically. I mean, Rush Limbaugh mentioned that. He's like, go ahead, look up what I'm talking about. Look it up on Google if you want your search to be tracked. Hey, look it up on DuckDuckGo if you don't want it to be tracked. He said that on one of the shows one time.
Wow.
I mean, I quit using.
I quit News Network for the Unabomber, or which one? The Oklahoma bomber or the Unabomber? Which one was
The way it works is they want to take you off anyway, and they wait for you to say a certain word, so you use that as an excuse.
Exactly.
It's the same blueprint they keep doing.
In layman's terms, yeah. They'll find the one little clip pixel word that you said the wrong way, technically, so they can take it out of context.
But, his shirt wasn't right. Socks didn't match his shoes or something.
Like
the
the example I found earlier about the movie Bright with Will Smith. They took the quote "Fairy lives don't matter today," and they turned it into an anti-black slur and took it out of context by removing the word "today."
Of course.
I seen a bit part of Idiocracy.
Love that movie.
There was a scene called "Oh My Balls."
Oh, it's my balls.
The guy sitting in his chair and watch TV and shit. Called "Oh My Balls," and there's like a fucking nut shots and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, if I wanted to, I can load up Idiocracy right now. If I knew exactly the minute that was on, I could click through it and we can listen to that segment, "Oh My Balls."
Hold on, I'll do it right now. Keep talking. I will fucking do it right now.
Did you say go?
Yeah, keep talking. I'll find that movie right now. I've got it right here on my computer. I just gotta find
I do too. I'll let you fucking pull it up then.
Yeah, I've got it right here on my computer.
Which of these topics do you want to talk about that I found earlier, Grandmaster? For a moment. How about that couple that decides that they don't want to have sex anymore and it's Trump's fault?
Oh, that is such fucking bullshit, dude.
Because of all the political talk, she wants to hear the fucking news all day. He does it, so his
not the news, CNN.
CNN. Okay, CNN.
News and CNN is two different things.
Okay, She wants to watch CNN all day, and all it talks about is political stuff, and it makes his wee flaccid. So he can't perform. So they blame it directly on Trump because.
Might be because all the decent female reporters are on Fox, but I don't know.
Yeah, okay, so we're blaming Trump for erectile dysfunction. Love it.
So it's gone from derangement syndrome to erectile dysfunction, apparently.
Trump is responsible for erectile dysfunction.
And I pulled up two different sources. I pulled up the main source and I pulled up somebody else who made an article off of the source, and I showed it to you. Grandmaster said something in the middle, but I'm like, couple blames Trump for no sex. And I'm like, two different sources here. Come on now. What the hell's going on? What the
All right.
It was like Politico or something, I think.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Violent shit. An all new outlet.
Gotta pause it. We don't get more than 29 seconds at one time, so we don't get stupid penalty.
Yeah, don't want to get stupefied.
We don't want to get stupid stuff happening, so make sure you pause it before 29 seconds. Wait 15 and then unpause it. Well, I know how to work around the algorithms. I know the technique.
Right.
Before you get 29 seconds of, you need to pause for at least 15. Because didn't we get one pulled down because you try to play a clip too long for something for some reason?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it was idiocracy.
Blah, blah, blah.
That was.
Yeah, because
Man,
we're talking about Toronto. Oh, oops.
We were talking
Oh,
about.
you-
but
oh,
it
you
wasn't
mean
shown
this?
like that.
Oh, you mean this scene?
For the last time,
Oh,
I'm
man.
pretty sure what's killing the crops is this Brondo stuff.
But Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
So wait a minute. What you're saying is that you want us to put water on the crops.
Yes.
Water. Like out the toilet?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, that's perfect. That's enough.
Brodo's got electrolytes.
Yeah.
There's a browser. It's called Globus VPN browser.
So does that have
GLOBUS.
like a whole lot of VPN kind of thing built into it or something?
Yeah.
Tweet.
Where like a certain site doesn't load, like, oh, well, I'm from Germany. It's just like their load now.
Tweak.
You can't view this in your country, oh, yeah?
Oh yeah. That's what I'm in. You want me to be in?
Yeah. It's funny, there's a lot of U.S. stuff that's like banned, and you can go to from Europe. And imagine when that meme ban gets fully enacted, they'll be doing that.
Oh yeah. Imagine whenever that fully takes control because it's already been passed and can't be revoked.
Yeah, and the
What
reason why
is
is
that?
because
What is that?
leftists can't meme.
Kind of what I heard is that it's a rewording of the net neutrality bill, but not exactly, but it's a rewording of the net neutrality bill.
Of course, it's pretty much like it's like Democratic People's Republic of China. It's whatever they're doing is the exact opposite of what the title is. Because all these hardcore communist countries are like Democratic People's Republic of insert name here, and then these meme bans and stuff. That's like there's some kind of good title to it. It's like copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Yeah, some kind of
That's like I was playing. I did a video on my paranormal experience when I was a kid, and while doing that, I played a kind of a song from Ozzy Osbourne.
I remember.
See on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I got hit with a copyright strike.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck?
So I wonder, are they doing it? They're doing like a time limit thing where it's like over 15 seconds it counts as a.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a 30-second timer that as long as you're at less than 29 or less and you have a 15-second lag, I literally read this, and you have a 15-second lag before you press play again, and it's less than 29 seconds or less, you can do this. And yeah, that will really majorly chop a song up.
So I mean, I wonder what they're going to do now. They're going to go get a time machine, go back to the 80s, and criminalize everybody that's
Yep.
using
That remake.
cassette tapes off the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like these people are assholes. And it's like another thing, like if you list something copyrighted on the site, can't you just put I don't own the rights to these works. This such and such is copyrighted by such and such.
That doesn't work anymore. Is the problem?
Oh, so they're taking that away too. So you can't sit there cover your ass.
Yes, the Constitution is unconstitutional. We need to rise up against these tyrants.
They are trying to destroy the. They're trying to destroy the fair use shit.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, they had, the fair use shit, dude. I'm like, I use it every once in a while, but I haven't lately.
Oh, here's one for you guys. You're gonna love this. Hillary and Bill Clinton to start a 13-city speaking tour to talk about the 2016 election loss to Trump.
There's a problem.
Here's some
I have
good
a problem,
news.
guys. I apologize.
So technical difficulty.
Hillary lost her clearance.
Yeah, I did hear that. That was perfect.
I apologize for the interruption.
What did you do? He hit rest 2 by accident.
Did that noise come in at a perfect time or something? Because that was an accident.
No, that was perfect.
Oh,
That was the
That was
accident.
an appropriate accident.
That was the accident.
Wasn't that a title of a movie like Accidentally on Purpose or something?
That was officially deemed an accident from my side. That's why I said, "Oh," because I knew it was coming.
So you're not legally liable for anything that happens to anybody if it was an accident.
Correct.
Because you hired the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham and Howe. Okay.
or is it like that law firm? Do you fuck you with how?
Yeah.
Or the law office of Hagen and Doss?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I thought I seen my mouse moving. Thank you, Tin Man, for reconfirming that I am crazy.
You're welcome.
I thought I saw my mouse move, but Tin Man said no. I just moved out of frame.
The only time we'll let you know when you're crazy is when it's on your forehead.
Well,
Trying to think of something to talk about now.
We got a few things.
Could you believe that Antifa tried to be the civil traffic control in Portland this week?
okay, I gotta hear this one.
Pretty much anybody that comes down that road is automatically racist, doesn't matter what color you were or anything.
And they are protesting a shooting by a gangbanger who was shot by a cop and shit because he fucking shot 2 people, and they're protesting because he got shot by some cops and shit.
Well, I mean, Portland's kind of a couple nuts short of a fruit salad anyway, or maybe 2 nuts. I don't know. But
Well, my issue is, we know there's a lot of problems with the police. Okay, there's a lot of police brutality. There's a lot of issues with police overstepping their bounds.
yeah.
Police abuse of power, hurting people, even killing people.
Well, on the flip side of that, you got these police just as guilty as the murderers for standing down in some of these situations.
Yeah, but what seems to be focused on is it only seems to be important to these people when it's a quote black person or a Hispanic person. If it happens to a white person or even an Asian person, you don't hear anything about it. I think the only people who are actually legitimately reporting on it are groups like Police the Police and Copwatch, who, by the way, are being censored on Facebook as well.
Hell yeah.
They've been targeted as well.
got-
Police the Police, I think, got shut down, if I'm correct. I may be wrong about that. They may have gotten their account shut down, or maybe it was locked out temporarily. I don't know, but something did happen. Facebook did something to Police the Police.
Yeah, I mean, it is so freaking nuts, man. You know,
And
I mean,
thing.
Well, I gotta say one thing.
There was this thing about the police officers going around having a dance off or something.
No, that was that. They
ago.
were doing a lip syncing contest, and it's kind of a lot of the local cops around here.
We're
like-
cool with it, but I'm just stating now.
in
Facebook,
southeastern Virginia, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, all
now Facebook comes back and fires a weapon at them for actually participating in
and
it.
all they were doing was doing
having
a
fun.
contest to see who could do a better lip syncing concert, dancing around and shit like that. Nothing political, nothing about guns, nothing like that. Just a bunch of cops dancing around singing. And they somehow, I guess, got pissed off of that. I mean, that's the first time I'm hearing they get pissed off about.
That would be something that I would plausibly tie towards that, because that would be the last big thing I heard about cops. Anyway,
Well,
that was the last big thing I heard about cops.
well, another
as
thing,
a general audience.
you go back talking about these victims always being black or Hispanic or whatever. As soon as they take 1 foot off the reservation, the plantation, whatever you want to call it, they lose their immunity status. It's like diplomatic immunity has just been revoked. But at that point, they're Uncle Tom's and they're everything else. So
Yeah.
they're only protected status until they come out of that leftist paradigm. And at that point, they can be demonized. They can be called crazy, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all political agendas. If you're doing something that doesn't suit the political agenda or goes against the grain, you're automatically the bad guy.
If they don't care about black cops getting killed.
Yeah, that's
well, the thing is, the guy shot and killed 2 people. Okay, and the cops came out. They saw him with the gun, and they shot the guy.
Yeah.
Because he shot 2 people.
Yeah.
And why do you want to shoot him a guy that was a gangbanger and shot 2 people dead? The cops come out and shoot him because he killed 2 people.
well,
The guy was a
it's
thug.
not the police's job to be judge, jury, and executioner in that regard. It's their job to apprehend the suspect, not dispense justice. And I can agree with these groups in that regard that, you know, if they could have arrested him, they should have arrested him. Their main goal needs to be
that I do agree.
to arrest the person, not dispense justice. Your firearm should be a last resort.
True.
I mean, now if the guy had opened fire on them, then yeah, they have all right to defend themselves and take the guy down. Or if the guy refused to put down his weapon and there was no other way but to put him down, then yeah. I mean, granted, I think they should definitely employ stronger training procedures instead of just shoot for center mass. I mean, granted, hitting somebody in the leg or in the arm is a relatively difficult thing to do in comparison to hitting center mass, but it can be done. It can be done.
Now, who was the primary protesters in this case? Was it Antifa or Black Lives Matter, or same difference?
Probably.
Antifa.
It might have been
Antifa.
both.
The brown shirts, Antifa.
Oh.
Okay. In any case, you know, I can agree with them. You know, if the guy could have been arrested without incident, great. If killing him was in fact the only option, then okay, it is what it is. You gotta accept it for what it is. But I do agree that it is the police's job to apprehend a suspect, not dispense justice, and only kill the person if they are left with no other option. Which,
I mean, but
given all
sometimes you got these guys go out there like kind of like the movie Falling Down, like Death by Cop.
well, you got to figure, police have an entire array of tools at their disposal. They have mace, they have tasers, they have batons, they have hand-to-hand combat training. Hell, many departments even issue smoke grenades. Right? You can't tell me that there wasn't a non-lethal way of handling it. I mean, where they resorted to their guns, they could have shot the guy with a fucking taser gun. They could have just as easily shot the guy with a taser gun, or even used rubber rounds. Guarantee you get hit with rubber rounds, you're going down. That shit fucking hurts.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you,
I mean, we're
I'm
from
agreeing,
Bears.
I'm agreeing with Tin Man here. You should have a clip of both. You should know which clip is which, and you should load up your rubber rounds first.
Yeah. I mean, even have 3 freaking guns. A standard issue firearm, a rubber bullet firearm, and a freaking taser gun. Okay?
They carry enough equipment on their
Yeah.
damn belt, and
Yeah.
and you know they carry more than one clip.
Yeah. I mean, look at it this way. Put the firearm on the, if you're right-handed, put the standard issue firearm on your left hip, the rubber bullet gun on your right. Because I guarantee you shoot somebody with rubber bullets, they're not going to keep standing.
That's gonna hurt.
No.
Yeah, they're going down.
It'll hurt like a mother. It'll leave a bruise that big, like a beanbag.
Yeah,
Trust me.
or use a beanbag gun. You hit somebody with a beanbag gun, they going down. I don't care who you are. You get hit with a beanbag gun, especially at close range, you going down.
Yeah, I'd rather get hit with a shotgun beanbag than a rubber bullet.
You're going down hard, man. I mean, you're going down quickly, dude, man. Fuck.
Because at least that beanbag's a little more spread out pressure. That rubber bullet is the size of a pen, a little bigger than a writing pen. That beanbag is the size of your open claw fist.
Big time.
I'd rather get hit by that beanbag instead of that bullet. That bullet might actually break something harshly.
Yeah.
That beanbag will spread out a little more and just leave a nice sized bruise.
Yeah, beanbag or rubber bullet should maybe be the primary weapon of firearm for police. You know,
I would
a standard issue lethal firearm for serious situations, you know, because there are, let's not mince words, there are and have been and will be in the future situations where taking the life of an assailant is going to prove necessary. But it's up to the officer to know the difference between a situation that can be resolved without killing somebody versus killing somebody.
Between a taser and a beanbag, I would rather get by a beanbag any day.
Yeah, well, there's no reason they can't have all three. No reason they can't have all three.
Well,
put the standard issue firearm on the left hip.
Reconfigure how they're armed.
Well,
there's been a huge abuse of the taser gun they have, where like there was an issue that happened in Canada where a guy came to Canada from Russia to visit his mom, and he got upset because they wouldn't let him through, but it wasn't his fault. Okay, and they tasered this guy at least 10 to 12 times until he died. And I'm sitting there watching the shit. I'm like, man, this is some really
Inhumane
shit.
shit.
Yeah, and at that point,
And
that's completely out of line. That is completely 100% out of line. If the person is on the ground and the taser gun has done its job, throw them in cuffs, call it a fucking day. Okay, you got the person down.
Dude, why do they always do that shit? They keep fucking with the guy and they won't put cuffs on him. Like stun him, put cuffs on him, you're done.
Yeah.
Wow, it's your fucking bullshit.
They're antagonizing them more by that's how come whenever I deal with a cop, I already tell them the end game. Either we're going to the car or you're not getting anywhere near me that you can touch me. One of the two is your option. We're not going to sit here for 15, 45 minutes an hour and a half discussing what the issue is. I'm already telling you, I'm going to the car or you're not getting anywhere near me that you can even touch me.
Yeah.
They tell me about a few years ago when they we were on that one-way street at the time, and they were going the wrong way down a one-way street with no lights on, and you caught them on that bullshit, and then they ran away.
I did I did an old Andy Griffin show trick on them, where technically they was going down a one-way street, and they asked me if I was walking around trying to break into somebody's house, and I looked right at them and said, "Officer, you're going down a one-way street."
With no headlights on.
With no flashing lights on. And he drove off.
Yeah.
And all it was is we couldn't smoke at the place we were at, and he came out there to smoke a cigarette, and he caught him right when he out there smoking a cigarette.
Unless they have probable cause, they have no reason to fuck with you.
no,
This is one reason I want to move to an extremely rural area.
there's a small town somewhere here in California where there's the law. I mean, you live basically off the grid. Nobody bugs you. It's a Benin city that's been used again, or there's no cops, no law, or anything. Just people who want to be left alone, mind their own business, and it is a place where people help each other.
Yeah.
There was a little piece in my old hometown where if you go down, I can't remember what the name of it was. It was the street that you had to go down, the road you had to go down to get to the landfill. But if you went all the way down and you went to the T, if you went left, all the police officers had to turn left at this point of the T, because if you turned right, you technically walked out of the city's district. Any police officer the city jurisdiction, any police officer that had the ability to turn right had to be parish or higher.
Yeah.
So it took a good 45 minutes for the police officers to get there, and they had to be a sheriff's office, parish, or state level officer to get back there.
Yeah, interesting story. I blew a tire on Interstate 40 westbound approaching Hickory, North Carolina. They had Geometro-style potholes on that road. I mean, completely, and everybody was riding my ass. Why aren't you going 85? Well, that was your problem. In the right lane. And then I shredded the rubber completely off the damn tire, like all the tread part of it. So then I get stuck over there. My emergency fuel shutoff switch goes off. I didn't realize that's why the car wouldn't restart, because the car thought it had been in a wreck. So then first state trooper shows up, who's an asshole. He's like, "You 48 hours to move the car, or 24 hours or whatever." Blah blah blah. Well, then the next one comes along, and he actually shows me where the switch is, flip the switch, car starts right back up. But now I got a tire leaking air, and I'm trying to get to the next town 30 minutes away. He's like, "Well, you can't get in the interstate, you got to get on the 2-lane highway." Okay. So I switched from Interstate 40 to US 70 West. And I said, "Well, you're going to follow me or anything? Like, make sure you're safe passage?" He's like, "I can't, because it's out of my jurisdiction the next, 5-10 miles. It's a county line, and apparently there's, 2 state troopers for rural county, North Carolina, or something like that."
Oh, wow.
So apparently, even though he's a state police, he couldn't technically go out of that county because he wasn't assigned. You know, which I thought they could go anywhere they wanted.
Yeah, that's weird too. That
Yeah,
was,
maybe that's a North Carolina thing. I don't know.
maybe that's a North Carolina thing.
Because it's weird 'cause here in Virginia, the Virginia Beach police are overzealous. And they'll follow somebody into surrounding cities like Norfolk a mile into the city because there's some kind of obscure thing in Virginia where it's like if they're a mile within the jurisdiction, they still have some authority or
If
something.
they turned on their lights within a mile, they had jurisdiction.
Although a lot of the court cases have been thrown out because if you get the address where you were pulled, 5900 block. Well, guess what? That's technically another city. You don't have jurisdiction. It's been thrown out on jurisdictional grounds.
Yeah.
Ran into a few people that have done that before. Now, one thing I would say to all people: go to court. Because half the time you can get something thrown out, and if you lose the first time, it's like the lottery. I mean, you buy lottery tickets all the time, you might as well go to court and fight a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
Because you can appeal it. It doesn't cost you anything to appeal, and if you lose on an appeal, you pay like $50 more.
Yeah.
It's Virginia. I don't know how the other states do, but there's no excuse not to defend yourself.
Ah.
I had a minor, I had a minor inspection sticker taken through out the other day.
Minor. Oops.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't lie.
California bans.
What?
Here's something here. California bans default passwords on any internet connected device.
Bans.
And what?
California bans default passwords on any internet connected device.
A default password, which means a password that you have already have saved to that device cannot be used as an auto insert.
Okay, what is their reasoning for that?
You don't automatically sign in. You have to re-password every time.
In less than 2 years, anything that connected to the internet will come with a unique password that is, if it's produced or sold in California, the information privacy connected device bill that comes in effect of January of 2020 effectively bans pre-installed and hard-coded default passwords. It only took the authorities about 2 weeks to approve the proposal made by the state Senate. The new regulation mandate device manufacturers to either create a unique password for each device at the time of production or require the users to create one when they interacted with the device for the first time. According to the bill, it applies to any connected device which is defined as a physical object that is capable of connecting to the internet directly or indirectly, and that is assigned an internet virtual address or Bluetooth address. The law is clearly aimed to stop the spread of botnets made up of compromised network devices such as routers, smart switches, or even security cameras with other IoT equipment. Malicious software can often take control of them by trying to easy to guess or public disclose default login credentials. It's not entirely clear yet as how the new regulation will affect legacy industries hardware from the 80s and 90s, where passwords are either hard-coded or next to impossible to change.
All right,
Okay,
give
so
me a
that
moment to
sounds like
correct myself here.
like an anti-identity theft thing, which I can understand
Give
and
me
I
a
can
moment to
support.
correct
I would
myself
like to
here.
know more.
What I stated, it's this. It's every time you want to sign in, they will send you to your device some kind of message saying that this is the password. You have to put in this password or else you won't get in.
I mean, not everything California does is necessarily batshit crazy, but they're always on the forefront of coming out with a new law for every fucking thing.
Yep. We banned my straws. Now you're gonna ban my password. What's next? My sippy cup?
Yeah, I know.
Well, you hear about that story about in L.A. All the contractors have to disclose whether they are affiliated with the NRA and they won't get contracts and all that. That's a new thing they're doing now.
Yeah, see that ain't none of anybody's business. You know what you do with your personal life. That's your business. You know, there is a fine line between law and morality. I understand laws are meant to protect us and whatnot, but some of these laws are just completely and utterly ridiculous, and it's just a control freak political thing. Okay,
That's
and
why-
it's at which point it's stupid. Okay, mind your own fucking business. If somebody owns
Hashtag the
has a
alert.
lawfully
30
owned
million,
gun, fuck off.
30 million Facebook accounts have been hacked. Check if you were one of them.
I have a near impenetrable password, so it definitely could not have been me. Like, I have a password that is so random that you have to personally be inside of my brain in order to figure out exactly how I type it out every time.
Dunkin' Donuts with 3 capitals.
Last month, Facebook announced.
Remember you had to type it in for my job site?
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to remember the name of that obscure character.
It was like one of my, it was like from my D&D days, it was like the name of a wizard in one of my campaigns. And like he's like, how do you spell it again? Yeah. A bunch of random letters.
People don't like
There-
playing D&D
There
with me because
were,
I'll
there were
create
about
fucked up
between
characters.
50 to 90 million people that were hacked, man.
Well,
on
people
Facebook.
get their shit hacked all the time. People get their identities stolen all the time. You know, you just gotta learn. More often than not, it's a common sense thing. You don't
It's
give
like,
out your information to
Podesta got
people
his
you don't
emails
know.
hacked, and it was a phishing scheme, and they're still trying to blame that on the Russians. But if you really listen, I mean, if you really look at the context of everything, it's like, how dare you expose what we're up to? You're in the wrong. Well,
Well,
what
here's the
reason
thing.
got out there, and you're just mad because everybody's seeing it.
Well, here's the thing. Most of the scammers and whatnot aren't coming from Russia. In fact, most of the scammers, 99% of the scammers, are either from Nigeria or the Philippines.
I mean, I wonder if those Nigerian princes really are in Nigeria, though. I mean, you don't even know. I mean, but the one thing the scammers are honest about is that he's in Nigeria. I mean,
Well, I've traced IP addresses for people that I suspected were scammers, and the majority of them, with the exception of one, were in Nigeria. The other one, the one that I dealt with, is like I've probably run across maybe like 5 scammers
I mean,
in
it could
my
be.
online dealings, and 4 out of 5 were Nigeria. The 5th one was out of the Philippines.
So they are Nigerian, they're just not princes.
Yeah, you can
I got
trace
call
the
from I
you
got
can
a call
trace a
from
person's
scammer,
IP address.
a couple of years ago, and I was at home taking a crap, right? The guy called me, says, this is Microsoft, and we're here to let you know you have a virus on your computer. I said,
Yeah,
dude,
that's an age-old scam. Microsoft is not going to call you.
Microsoft doesn't
No.
give a fuck whether you live or die. I mean, look at their support for vaccines and everything.
Yeah.
and I said, dude, I'm gonna let you know that you're calling me while I'm taking a shit. I'm not near a computer, but I'm near a wall on the toilet. So if you call back later and let me finish here, I'll call you back within a couple of days, okay?
Within a couple days.
Yeah. It's like, this might take a while. I'll call you back in a couple days.
I got a funny story if anyone wants to hear it.
Shoot.
All right, a coworker of mine, lady by the name of Michelle, is kind of, I guess you say she's one of those kind of stereotypical kind of, almost like Medea or something.
Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, so you know, waiting to snap on somebody. Just wait, you know what I mean? So the telemarketer's call, she loves having fun with them. She's like, who is this calling? Oh, okay. Can I ask you a question? How tall are you? They're like, well, why do you need to know that? He goes, because I need to know if you're going to fit in this box I got right here. I need to know if you'll fit in this cage. And then she'll get their number. She keeps calling them, harassing them like she's a telemarketer. You wait till like 2, 3 in the morning and call them. And I mean, nobody ever thinks to like fight back against a telemarketer, but it's kind of funny.
That is an interesting way of going about it. I will not knock that. That is a very interesting way of going about it.
This guy tried to call and he's like, "Oh, I'm from Home Depot." She's like, "Really? What location of Home Depot?" He's like in Virginia. He's like, "Well, what exact city?" And like he couldn't answer basic questions, and then he started cursing her out. She's like, "Well, you called me."
Huh?
So then he's like, "I'm gonna have fun with this guy." And he waited till like 2, 3 in the morning and called him and asked him like where he lived, what his address was, and all kind of stuff like that.
Wow.
And needless to say, he never called back after that.
Not
But I
that.
think that asking for your measurement before being put in a cage probably did it. So
Yeah, that
We got-
that might do it.
We got a call the other day on my folks' house phone, and it's another Microsoft export crap. And I kept saying, he said it was my name was Howard Jones. I said, are you sure you're Howard Jones? Because you don't sound white, dude. You sound more like Hindu, or whatever. And he says, I'm here to let you know I've worked on the computer. I said, dude, I'm in the fucking kitchen making a thing of burritos. What are you selling that I don't want? And it went on forever. I said, dude, you're full of shit. Because Microsoft don't call people. If I have any problems, I will call Microsoft, okay?
Yep.
But, and like, dude, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, I mean, they won't even
And
send you an
I'm like-
email if something's wrong, dude. Not that they would even know what the hell is wrong with your fucking system. The most they do is send out fucking updates and offer subcontracted antivirus and spyware software.
And then I got another call just 2 days ago, and I go, yeah, you Tolbert?
What?
Yeah, are you there, Tolbert? I tried to offer you top of Yankees, you son of a bitch. He goes, sir, what are you talking about? Tolbert, is that you? He goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, motherfucker, is that you, Tolbert? You didn't give me that job you promised, you cocksucker. No. You harpoo shopping son of a bitch. You didn't give me that job I wanted, you fuck. And he kept saying, what are you trying to say, sir? What? No, I'm home. What?
He's not here.
No,
Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here. What are you talking about? Dave's not here.
it's
Who is
Dave.
Dave?
Dave's not here.
Yeah, and I go, Paul, how's your wife? Is she ready to suck my dick yet? Silence, then a click.
That is inappropriate. Thank you, Pumpkin. Would you like to try a chutney slushy? You can really taste the chutney.
The Slurpee machine is in the back next to the movie magazines.
Mr. Simpson, get out of here. Pay your pushes for Pumpkin.
I mean,
It's like,
that's
It's like, why are you in the ice cream fridge? It's like, can I get one that's not been under your ass?
Grandmaster, you said that you was invited to the hot box tomorrow night with Tyler Baggins.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
just
plug
wanted to
that real
clarify
quick.
What I thought I heard. I didn't know if it was the whole TWWRN with Tin Man and everything or not.
No, it'll just be him. Go ahead and plug that.
It'll be 8 tomorrow night. He'll be in the
Pacific
studio.
Standard Time.
This was all my idea, I recall.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
this was pretty much Batman whispered in my ear and said, you might want to put T-Bag. You might want to ask T-Bag if he wants to go on TWWRN. You might want to tell TWWRN to try to get in touch with T-Bag. This was all Batman's orchestrated whisper of an idea.
Because we've been trying to get him to respond for a minute and a half, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's see how this goes, and we'll go from there.
I mean, he's definitely a character. And one thing is like, I mean, I've seen him like curse guys out on the show, like, you want to yell at me on my other show. I mean, he's straight to the point, but he, you know. Definitely. I mean, he's definitely got some energy. I'll say that.
He's got
Yeah.
definitely got energy, and he wants to call me intense. He's got energy as well, man. But
He's not droopy dog. He's like, well, I don't know. I really shouldn't say anything. He's not that guy.
he's not that guy, bro.
Well, let's see how this goes tomorrow.
Like
and
droopy
we'll go
dog,
from
like
there.
you could fuck droopy dog's wife, and he'd be like, you know, that wasn't a nice thing he did, but I mean, I'm not going to do anything about it.
Oh, dang.
Wow. All right, well, on that note, I think we'll go ahead and call it, guys.
So yeah, so that's 8 Pacific time. That'll be 9 Mountain time. That'll be 10 Central time. That'll be 11 East Coast time.
Yeah, do we have a website that people could go to for that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. He'll probably do a live thing on his Tyler Baggins YouTube account, is what I am guessing. Don't like say I quoted this. Teabag said this. No, I'm just guessing.
I mean, it's pretty easy to find on YouTube.
Yeah, just search his name, and I'm sure you'll find something.
Yeah, and I believe I've sent the link around enough so that y'all know where it's at. It's TYLERBAGGINS.
Okay, so that's Monday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Correct?
Which will be 9 Mountain Time, 10 Central, and 11 Eastern.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to go ahead and call it, guys. On behalf of Batman, Zero, and Grandmaster Evan, this is the Tin Man with the Resistance. If you are listening to this, you are the Resistance.
All the resistance.
Trips.